Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
Today it's raining a little bit, so just don't mind. Fuck, it's a snake. Fucking hell. I don't know if you can see it. It's a snake. You can see that? See, snake. Oh boy. How do I start my video with a snake? It's a green snake. Anyway, just leave it alone. What the fuck is it? Oh, it has caught a lizard. Okay. Too small. I doubt you can see it. It'll not move. Anyway. Should I show you the snake? Fuck it. It's eating. Okay. Anyway. So that's going to be a first. Starting the video in the rain and having a snake. So that's my life. Anyway. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you number one is, why did UAE open up the lockdown? I found out from one of the guys working inside. Why did UAE open up the lockdown prematurely? Okay. Second one is Gulf news. I found a pretty, at least for me, it was a shocking news, which I didn't think was true. But now it's confirmed. Number three is BR Shetty. The truth in terms of what happened. Why did he collapse? I'm trying to piece together the stories, and this is what I found out. Okay. So like I always tell you, whatever I share with you, do your homework. Okay. Why did UAE open up the Dera market and all that? Okay. This is I found out from a very, very reliable source who has good connections. Now, first things first, let's understand this. That you remember I put up the videos and said that 3 months UAE is not going to open up, and UAE is not, it's going to have the lockdown for even more. Now, this was what was planned because they have not tested everyone. They don't have the capacity to test everyone. And the proof of this is, in Gulf News and Khalid Time, they said it's a success and we have tested 100% and disinfected 100%. You must have seen it in the news, right? Here's my challenge to you. Ask people in international city. Don't ask me or don't see the news. Go to international city. Speak to the people who are there in international city and ask them, listen, did they check everyone here? Did they disinfect the whole place? Okay, that is number one. Second one is go to Sonapur. Where all the labor camps are there. Ask the laborers, listen, did they test everyone here? Did they disinfect the place there? Okay. Go to places in Sharjah. Go to places in Ajman. Go to places in Fujairah. Okay, if you want to stick to Dubai, go ask somebody in Dubai, man, did they disinfect your place? Did they check you? This 100% is nonsense. How is it possible that you can disinfect a country that has 9 million people and you can check everyone? It's total rubbish, man. Listen, stop falling for the media. And I'll tell you why this is bullshit. Why they put this news up there. They don't put any news without the approval of the... Wait, let me move. I don't want to get attacked by this buffalo. Hi, buffaloes. Buffalo, cow, whatever. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Okay. Now, because when I was young, I got booted on my ass. And I flew like Superman. This is when I was small. So now if they do it, my back will break. Okay, so what was I saying? Sorry. Too many thoughts. Okay, so what happened was, the reason why they put this is to save face. Now, why save face? Why they are trying to save their image? You remember the videos that I was sharing with you that people are flaunting the rules and breaking the rules all the Pathans, all the Africans, all the Bangladeshis, they are breaking the rules. They don't give a damn. Nighttime they're coming out. Okay. Now what is happening is all these guys who are breaking the rules, they are frustrated. They are pissed off. They are fed up. And many of the Pathans and Africans, they just want to go back home. They don't care. They want to be deported. They want to be deported. That is why people are like frustrated, angry, and they were coming. And then there are, yes, these idiots who just like to enjoy, who like to have fun. Like up, who like to enjoy, who like to have fun, who like to act like fucking idiots. So, see, every time you put a police car, you put your staff, you're utilizing your resources. So instead of doing some actual work, you're spending time putting law and order. And Dubai doesn't have the capacity to handle all these strikes and protests and mass number of people. That is why, if you notice, anytime there was a construction workers having a strike, it started off with the Palm Jumeirah. You remember the Palm Jumeirah where 2,000 workers were protesting? That was the first time in the history of UAE that they had a protest. The second one was near the World Trade Center, not World Trade Center, after that, near the Burj Khalifa, that construction area, that site. That was the second big one, almost 1,000, 1,500. Then you had some in Abu Dhabi, then it went on. In all these cases, if you notice, it was just riot police that was called. But they went through a very peaceful mean. They went one inspector general or a high-ranking officer came with a microphone and said, he spoke in Hindi, he spoke and he calmed them down. And see, Indian Pakistani laborers generally are very peaceful, loving people. They don't want all this drama and they don't want all this fight. So they just wanted their salaries. They just wanted peace and calm. They wanted food, So they sorted out peacefully. But imagine if they were a violent lot. Imagine if, like in some other countries, they break stuff and all. UAE doesn't have the capacity to handle this. UAE is a peaceful country. See, it's if you have regular strikes, protests, fights, and everything else, fine. Then you're used to it, and you have the people to manage all this. But if it happens once in a blue moon, all of a sudden, you don't have the capacity to handle it. Okay. So this is in terms of what is happening in UAE with regards to the strikes, the protests, and all that. So they were not able to handle this, and the decision was made, listen, we are going to waste our time handling these idiots. They anyway don't give a damn. They want to go and die. We don't have the capacity to put them in prison and jails. As it is, they are full. None of the countries are taking their citizens back. It'll be a tax on our resources because, see, their companies are not paying them food and giving them food and salaries and all. If we have our jails full, we'll have to feed them and all. We don't have that capacity. It's not that they're giving them luxury food, but their jails are already overcrowded. They can't have all these people coming. And how long can you have the military? How long can you have the police standing there? As it is, the military is stuck in Yemen. So what is the solution? The best solution and the most intelligent solution that they came up with was this, which I think is a brilliant move. They just had all the police, all the horses, all the expensive cars come and say, congratulations, the lockdown is over. Enjoy, celebrate. Why do you think they were putting an air of positivity? Why do you think they were asking people to say UAE, UAE? Why do you think they were celebrating and giving food and gifts and all that? Why? Because they wanted to show, be positive, be happy, we care about you. So people are generally stupid, especially these kind of lower class people. You give them something for free, you show them expensive cars, you allow them to take photos, you allow them to dance and all that, they'll be very happy. They were frustrated. So the government said, okay, fine, you enjoy, have fun. Let's take some photos, sing UAE, show the patriotism. So instead of being negative, that frustration turned into positivity. They danced, they sang, they did all that circus. Finish. So UAE has washed his hand and said, okay, you guys want to be sick? Be fucking sick. We don't have time to hold a curfew in this place and control things. Resources are going like mad. So now what will happen? I'll tell you now what will happen. you'll see a spike in the number of COVID cases. Now, one more thing about the COVID cases, okay? With regards to the COVID cases, they're saying 500 people are sick or 10 people died or whatever. Okay. Now, how do you get this number? You get this number by number of people who report that they're sick, okay? And the people who report that they're sick are in the hospitals. Well, let me tell you something that will surprise you. Do you know there is a large number of people, a massive, let me check because that snake is there. That snake fell down here somewhere. Snake is gone. Snake is gone. I think that snake was here. Yeah, boy. Some of the thrills in life. Snake. Okay, so I was saying, sorry, there was a snake. Okay, where was I? Yeah. So now what, the people who go and report are the ones who are sick, okay, who are in the hospital. But here's my question to you. Do you think everyone who reports is taken into the hospital? That's number one. Second one is, do you think everyone is going and reporting and submitting themselves to the hospital? Number three, do they mention the cases where they have refused treatment? Number four is, do you know that in vast number of cases, they're telling people, just take vitamin C, eat fresh fruits, drink soup, take rest. I'm not joking. This is from a guy who was infected, who got in touch with me and told me, this is what they told him. Take vitamin tablets, drink soup, and take rest. And I think they gave him some tablets. He sent me, it was in a packet. I don't know. There's no fucking name. Packet or something. In some cases, people have sent me like a nice room. They've sent a photograph, a nice bed. They've sent photographs of these images, okay, in some cases. But in most of these other cases, people are sending me this. And remember, the reason why the medicines have no name is because there is no official cure for coronavirus, okay? The next one. Okay, so this is with regards to why they opened up the UAE economy, okay? Now, the next one comes to the part where, now this one I'm speaking because I spoke of coronavirus. Just check out, Google search Rashid Al-Battar, London Real. He claims, okay, this is once again I'm saying, he claims that the virus was genetically engineered in collaboration with US and China. Maybe officially, unofficially, that we don't know. Because this virus that was there, it's engineered with the DNA structure of SARS, MERS, all the components of HIV to make it a very powerful kind of a weapon. And he was also questioning social distancing. He was questioning the actual numbers. He was questioning the fact that when news channels are reporting, they don't actually give you the actual figures. They don't actually show you the real hospitals. There have been videos which have been circulating around of hospitals being empty, no lines, where people are claiming that there are big lines and hospitals are full. They have challenged, show me the hospital that is full. Show me the people who are standing in line. In fact, there are so many doctors and nurses who are not going to work. And many of them who are at work are just sitting and doing nothing. In fact, those big hospitals, remember, 3,000 beds, 10,000 beds, they're still empty. I don't know. Like I said, always do your own research. And if you're there in London or US, and if you're near these hospitals, please share with me a photograph so I know whether it's real or whether it's fake or a video. And if you have any links, okay? But just avoid sending conspiracy theory stuff. Okay, the next one is Gulf News. Now, I got this from an employee in Gulf News. I tried to ask Mazhar, but Mazhar doesn't respond. He doesn't talk about all this. So I guess, I'll have to take my word. Obviously, I cannot tell him who told you this. See, Mazhar and my friendship is is cordial, is professional, but it doesn't go beyond a certain point. And he's an employee there, so it's his daily bread and butter. So I just want to make it explicit that it's not Mazhar, okay? It's one of the guys working. I try to ask Mazhar, but Mazhar, if he doesn't respond, means he doesn't want to participate in the discussion. So I'll tell you what I have found out from another employee of Gulf News. Number one is Gulf News has cut down salaries 30%. This is what is told to me. They have cut down salaries by 30%. That's number one. The second thing what was told to me is the ads for Gulf News were anyway dying. Print media was dying, so ads have also died off. Number three is it seems there's some Pakistani management that has taken over at the top level, the highest level, a Pakistani guy. So that is where the changes in the Gulf News design, website, everything took place. But this Pakistani guy focuses on news that is anti-Indian, that portrays India in a bad light, that puts Pakistan in a good light. What else? What else? Yeah. And because of this, because he did this, the Indian community now doesn't want to deal with him. And on top of that, he's totally anti-Modi, which has made majority of the businessmen who associate with Modi distance themselves from Gulf News. Because remember, Modi is the most powerful guy in India. Very powerful. If he knows any business is giving Gulf News sponsorship, Modi's PR will contact this company and say, excuse me, Gulf News talks shit about Modi and you're giving them business revenue. You want your life to be made, your business to be made easy or difficult in India. Finish. You can't make enmities with people in your home country, and especially the most powerful man in India. It's Modi versus Gulf News paper. So obviously they'll stop because they want to associate with Modi. Okay? And Modi is not doing anything wrong. He's playing the game perfectly how Donald Trump or any other person would have played it. Okay, next one is, if you actually see, Gulf News is becoming a very Islam, Muslim-centric newspaper. X number of people converted to Islam, even during quarantine. X number of people embraced Islam from their home. Okay, I don't mind. You speak about Islam, you speak about Muslims. But then don't say no when people brand you as a Pakistani Muslim anti-Modi paper. Okay? You call a spade a spade. You call a spade a spade. So don't deny that. So very sad to know that Gulf News doesn't want to give you a balanced report. They want to give you anti-Modi news. They want to give you anti-Hindu news. They want to give you anti-Indian kind of news. They want to support Pakistan and put Pakistan in a very favorable light. They want to, just make Indians who form the majority, the bulk. They just want to trash Indians and put Pakistan. Pakistan doesn't have any fucking money, man. It's a bankrupt country. And you are insulting a country and its people who form the majority in UAE. You're digging yourself to the ground and you'll die out. It seems majority of the employees are frustrated. I asked him about Mazhar. He's saying Mazhar's hands are tied up. It seems after he left some express paper or tabloid paper, now he's under Gulf News, the main paper. And he has to follow instructions of Gulf News, the boss of Gulf News. That is number one. You have Pakistani management. On top of that, you have UAE ministry filtering the news. So even if Mazhar wanted to give fair and honest journalism, he can't. So this is what was told to me by a guy working in Gulf News. And lately there have been people who have been terminated from Gulf News who have even asked me, Gulf News, Khaleej Times, national paper, to send me their resumes. Can you believe this? They've actually sent me their resumes and asked me, can you help out with jobs? That's the situation of the media business. Then, last if not the least, what did I want to tell you, man? Fuck. One was, yeah, BR Shetty. Yes, BR Shetty. The BR Shetty part. Now, here's, I was just trying to connect the dots. Trying to make sense of all the news. You know, you just have bits of news, you look everywhere. Finally, I got this guy who was working very closely with BR Shetty. And this is what he told me. Okay. Number one, he said, Loy, have you ever asked yourself, BR Shetty, the most powerful guy in UAE, why nobody was able to touch him before? I said, I don't know. He said, because the sheikhs were supporting him. He was keeping the UAE government happy. Everything was handy-dandy and fine. Okay. Then he said, where the problem started is, number one, BR Shetty put his company global listing. So now it's globally listed. Okay. So I said, fine. So it doesn't, as of now, I follow you. Then Modi comes to UAE. Now, UAE, Muslim Islam. Modi, Hindu, RSS, BJP. So, first conflict of interest. It's raining a bit. Okay, the first conflict of interest. Do you support Islam or do you support Hindus? It's raining. Do you support Islam or do you support Hindus? I need to run. Okay, so that's number one. The number two, can you see it raining? Yeah. So do you support Islam or do you support Hindus is the first question. The second part that came in, let me run. Oh. Will I be able to make the video? Oh, yes, I will. Okay. So that is the first part. The second part was, my baby is crying. I need to close the door. Okay. So first is Modi versus, sorry, I have to improvise. So first is Modi versus Modi, BJP, Hindu, RSS versus Islam and Arabs. So loyalties were questioned. So obviously BJP, BR Shetty being a diplomat, he wanted to keep both of them happy. Now, how far do you think it's possible to keep two masters happy? Okay. Still now everything was going on fine. But then, if you check the videos of BR Shetty, he started making himself too famous. He started going to India. He started making all these speeches like a big guy. Oh, you know, His Honorable Excellency, the great Modi ji, this great Prime Minister of this Hindu country, this temple, this, that. He started talking too much. Now, the more you talk, the more you put yourself in the limelight, the more you're supposed to walk your talk. You should see in some of these videos that were sent to me, I can't share it. Modi was sitting like this and just looking at him. He just sits like this and BR Shetty is, Your Excellency, the great Modi ji, your great vision. I today, if I tell anyone I'm from India, oh, the people this and that. He was kissing ass like anything, man. Now the problem is, yes, you can kiss ass, but if you kiss ass, you're supposed to walk your talk. So for everyone, he said, I pledge millions, I pledge this hospital, I pledge that. They would want you to, you pledged, you better fucking deliver. Okay, now this was another one. Now what happened was, because he started to spread himself too thin, Finabler, he purchased 1 billion, this and that. All of a sudden, he had access to all this money. Now, when you have access to money, too much money, you will get many people who say, listen, you have money, I want some money, I need to borrow. People started asking him, you can't say no to big guys. I want donation, I want this, I want that. So he started making too many decisions. And see, he's old, he's 70. When you may start having too much on your plate and you're spreading yourself too thin, you're making yourself too famous, can't handle it. So now he has to keep everyone happy. But when he keeps everyone happy, He has to keep someone unhappy, right? And that is where he started keeping his employees unhappy, and some business deals went sour. When this happens, you start making enemies, and he started to make enemies. And this was the tipping point when somebody from within the company, they took the details. Okay, in UAE, if you take the details, you can't give it to anyone. But now that is listed in London Stock Exchange globally, you can go global. So they went to a company, Muddy Waters. They approached many companies, but Muddy Waters was the best. They said, we'll pay you X if you give us this information, because it's good information. It's a business transaction. You're giving us information in exchange for the deal. Muddy Waters said, okay. They paid the money to this guy. He was very happy. He took the money and he gave them the documents. That is why if you see the Muddy Waters report, they have every bit of information, photographs, emails, evidence. How did this come? This came because somebody from within the company cheated BR Shetty. Once he blew the whistle, well, you think Emiratis, Arab Muslims want to associate with the expat who is called a fraud? No, UAE never will associate. So UAE distance itself. But in India, they don't care. You distance, you don't distance. So what did India say? Listen, we don't mind your fraud, your this, your that, but you promised us so much billions for hospitals, so much billions for Jammu Kashmir, so many billions for this. Now better pay up. And Modi's government doesn't give a fuck. Okay, especially Amit Shah. BR Shetty was giving. You remember when Modi came down to UAE? That time, all the big boys of UAE, all the big boys, BR Shetty, Yusuf Ali, everyone wanted to sit next to Modi, take photographs and talk to him. You see this one particular video, you will see the BR Shetty and Yusuf Ali going on a bidding war to impress this Modi. If I don't know the intricate details, but it seems that when Yusuf Ali said, I'll invest like 1 billion, BR said, I'll do 2 billion. If Yusuf Ali said, I'll put 3 billion, BR said, I'll do 4 billion. Okay. So they went to show my dick is bigger than his dick, take my dick. Okay. You can suck on it. So then after the public meeting was over with the main businessman, there is a private meeting. For the private meeting, you need to obviously pay money. You can't get a private one-on-one unless you donate something. Donate. So each one donated, sir, this is my gift to you. My contribution. Can I have some time with you? Yeah, sure. You gave 1 crore, 1 million. Please come. I'll give you 1 minute. So each one paid. During these 1-to-1 sessions, each one pledged more. The mistake it seems BR Shetty did there is, he said, Jammu Kashmir, I'll invest a big hospital, I'll invest $5 million or $1 billion. I'll make Jammu Kashmir this thing, I'll invest in the shopping mall, I'll do this, that, whatever. For the people who try to act funny with Modi, they got fucked. Like, for example, who didn't keep Modi happy. You remember Lulu's shopping mall got blocked in India? Remember that? Yes. It got blocked because when Modi is not happy, you can't expand the business, Baba. You cannot expand. If Modi is happy, you can expand in India. So to save his billions of dollars, you have to keep Modi happy. But now BR Shetty got bambooed in the global scene. UAE has distanced itself. His books of accounts are exposed. And then you have India, all the parties saying, listen, the various ministers, you promised us billions, give billions. Now he's in a landlock. So now what does he do? The final nail in the coffin, the money that is coming in the exchange, he borrows, he takes this money, he puts it there, takes it there. He starts playing around in desperation. And there's only so little you can do. You can't handle the mess. And then, guess what? The markets started to slip. And finally, the biggest nail in the coffin, up your ass, is COVID-19. That fucked everything. So now you know the truth of the legendary BR Shetty. What happened? So finally, what he can do? He made an inside arrangement with one of the big boys in UAE, big guys. He said, I'll pay you this much billion, huh? I'll give you this much. Not billion, sorry. I'll give you this much million. I need to get out of UAE. I need a private jet. I need access. I need the money and I want to get out. Because here's the question. How can BR Shetty leave UAE through legal channels? How can he leave? He can't leave through legal channels. He has to leave through some big guy. So some big guy told him, fine, you go away. You never heard it from me. Deposit the money, get the fuck out. But we will take the rest. He said, okay, fine. You take all this. I'll take this. Take this money, bye-bye. BR Shetty is never going to come back to UAE. Never. Whatever he says, he's never going to come back. It's over. But I'll tell you, he's filthy fucking rich, man. He's 80, yeah. Come on, he's 80. What? He can't even get a fucking erection. What the fuck is he going to do? He's just going to retire. Somebody sent me a photograph of him in Mangalore. It seems he's in Mangalore. So I don't want to share the photograph, but he's in Mangalore. He is doing his regular stuff. He's retired. They will smear his name. They'll talk shit about him. Nobody gives a fuck. He still has enough money. Enough money to last another 4 generations. So he's happy. He's happy. UAE government is happy. BJP is happy. Everyone's happy. So UAE is going to take over everything of NMC. NMC is not going to exist anymore. It's going to be some government thing. Eventually, the way things are going, they'll sell off all the assets, take in the money, and NMC is gone. Whoever put in money is not going to get. Salary is not going to be paid. NMC, all the doctors going to lose their jobs. U exchange shut down. Finished. I'll bleed for UAE. The vision. So that's it. But anyway, BR Shetty is still has, even if you have, like, let's say, 1 billion, it's enough, man. You're anyway dying. One step in the grave. What more you need? Anyway, these were the inside bits of information that I received. Let me know your thoughts. Whether you think I'm right or wrong. Always share the information and keep it coming. Whatever you share with me is kept confidential. And this is me signing off for now. Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think I'm right? Let me know. This is me saying bye-bye. Take care.